Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone. We are from group 3. In this video, we will present about the role of input and factors affecting second language acquisition. Uh, our group members are myself, Shinta Silvia, as the first speaker, Madda Manullang as the second speaker, Maria Letare Sitompul as the third speaker, Monalisa Irmayanti Hasibuan as the fourth speaker, and Darmawan Boru Lumban Gaol as the last speaker. In this presentation, we will talk about input and what factors can affect second language acquisition. Before we discuss about the role of input and factors affecting second language acquisition, we must first know what second language acquisition is. Second language acquisition is the process learning languages other than the native language. For example, a child whose the native language is Indonesian starts learning English when they start school. The term second language is used to describe any language acquired after early childhood, including possibly a third or subsequent language. Okay, there are three kinds of second language acquisition, one of which is input. Input refers to the processable learning that the learners are exposed to while listening or reading. There are two types of input, including medium and nature, and it is divided only several parts. Next, there are several important factors affecting second language acquisition, which can be categorized as follows. The first is internal factors, and the second external factors. Okay, that's it from me, Shinta Silvia. The next discussion will be discussed by the next speaker, namely Madda Manullang. Wallahul muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm Madda Manullang and I will continue the explained by Shinta. The first type of input is medium input, which is consists three parts of medium input. The first part is oral input. That is the source of the language that we get orally, such as radio, people who interact around us, and the other source, and the other sound source we hear. The second is written input. That is the source of the language that we get from written, such as books, newspaper, symbol or sign, and the other media writing. And the last is multimodal input. That is source of the language from a combination that come from the source we see and hear, such as watching TV, see and hear people who interact around us, or other social media. Okay, just it from me, and the next will be explained by Maria. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Maria Letare Sitompul. I will explain two types of input. Type of the input, the divide into the second, medium, and natural. The natural divide into three type of input. The second authentic, the modified and instructional. Okay, type of the input. Authonics, the verb into a real spoke or write language into product in the course of communication. Define, baby tag, and organic tag. Instructional, the book language. Okay, factor activity SLA. It explains about that someone learning a new language more quits the other because they are essential for by virtue the store, domination, and work and factor. Yet some other there are you not very good in learning a new language. And it is obvious that there are some correct factors in place success which are modified by the control of the layer. That factor can be kept for individual, internal factor, external factor, and specific factor. Okay, thank you.
Hello, my name is Monalisa Irmayanti Hasibuan, and I'm going to explain about factors affecting second language acquisition. It is quite observable that some learners learn a new language more quickly than others because they are successful by virtue of their strong determination, hard work, and persistence. Yet some other learners are not very successful in learning a new language, and it is obvious that there are some crucial factors influencing success. These factors categorized as individual or internal factors and external factors. And now I will explain the first factor, which is the internal factor. The first is age. According to Yu Feang San, age factor is an important factor in second language learning. Children, teenagers, and adults will experience different learning speed and achievement. Generally, adults can do better on the initial stage for their better cognitive ability, while children can do better in pronunciation and standard accent, and after a long period of learning, they can be more likely to succeed in acquiring second language and communicating with it. Number 2 is attitude. In second language acquisition, attitude consists of 3 parts. The first is cognitive parts, and then emotional parts, and then the last one is part of cognition. With positive attitude, a learner will be active in communicating with the people speaking target language, while if holding a negative attitude, a learner tends to refuse or be afraid to contact the people speaking target language. The third factor is personality. Personality can be divided into extroverted one and introverted one. As extroverted in second language acquisition is likely to pay little attention to basic form of language and always lack of endurance in deep think and research, which an introvert often do well in. So we can see that these two different personalities have both positive and negative effect on second language acquisition. And the last factors is first language proficiency. First language refers to a learner's mother tongue. The proficiency of he or her mother tongue will impact greatly the learning efficiency of second language acquisition. In the process of second language or foreign language learning, learners tend to handle the information of target language with the sentence structure and communication strategies of their mother tongue because they don't know or not familiar with the target language. And I think that's all for me about internal factors affecting second language acquisition. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Darmawan Boru Lumban Gaol. I will continue the explanation from Monalisa. Okay, the next is external factors. External factor is a curriculum, instruction, culture, and status, motivation, and the last one is access to native speakers. The first is curriculum. Particularly for the ASL students, it is essential that the totality of their educational experience should be suitable to their needs. If learners are entirely submerged into a mainstream programs without having any additional assistance, then a language learning is less likely to occur. The last one is instruction. Very clearly, if a language learner are exposed to appropriate and effective learning experience in their classroom, they will make faster progress. Thus, the job of the language teacher should be to provide suitable and effective input of their instruction. Second language instruction can have an effect of how learners are acquire a second language. Second language instruction is effective in its own right, while instruction may not always necessary to achieve competence in second language. The third, culture and status. There is some evidence that students under the condition in which their mother culture has a lower status than the target language culture that they are learning will make a slower progress. Social factors can affect motivation, attitude, and a language learning success. Children, just like adults, like a quite sensitive to social dynamic and power relationship. Immigrant learners are quickly labeled identities such as successful, unsuccessful, talkative, quiet, and etc. The last one is access to native speakers. Since native speakers of the target language can act as linguistic models, and since they can provide the effective feedback for the target language learner, it is very advantageous to have the opportunity to interact with the native speakers, not only in the classroom settings, but also outside of that. It is obvious that those second language learners having too expensive access to the native speakers of the target language are supposed to make slower progress, especially on the oral aspect on the language acquisition. Okay, I think that's all for me. Thank you for your attention. If you have questions, you might comment in our WhatsApp group. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you for your attention. See you.